I found myself on Winchester Road at Mount Moriah Cemetery, within walking distance of the old Hickory Ridge Mall. As I looked down, I noticed the hand-stenciled words on the stone. Dates just below. Looking around, I could be forgiven for thinking I was in the midst of an ancient park. Old trees, vases. As I looked around, I could see more of the stones. Towers sketched by artisans. Cradles for those gone too soon, like this child at age 9, gone. The lamb representing life and childhood cut short. Through these stones, labeled more and others, I helped my family friend trace their family back at least 3 generations. Signs of nature representing what the countryside may have looked when many were buried here. Long trees where church picnics were once held. Benches built near burial grounds since the ancient Greeks, welcoming family and friends to think about life. Family plots, stones unreadable but yet still memorializing something.
The gate was directly behind me here.
Whole families pieced together, long since meeting at St. Joseph Hospital and Memphis Funeral Home. Now together in their plot. Woodmen of the world, markers, insurance salesmen, now long since left behind their lively goals. Dates etched in the art. Stones washed away. The stories of young and old not forgotten. Families that settled the area. The Richmond family of Germantown. Their home still stands today, surrounded in one of the more historic neighborhoods of Germantown, surrounded by mansions. Trees perfect for a hammock to listen to the stories of the wind. Here are families, here are friends, here are those who were before us. Those who went off to war, those who didn't come back. Nature has a way of coming back after all of these years.
Trying to imagine church picnics.
Stones in trees, stone under trees.
Here. In that corner, that's
traffic nearby.
Church is long gone.
Unmarked land, one wonders who may be buried there. Stories of lives like Edward Bowling, once living on North 276 North McNeil. Died and gone in 1966. One wonders if his family gathered under these trees, if his friends or if the pastors.
I would, and it's unusual because I can't find anything that talks about whether there's unmarked graves here. But as old as this is, I would be really surprised that it's not. Definitely not something we think about in Hickory Ridge Mall area.
Oh, crazy. Oh, my gosh. This is so sad.
Names like Gibson. Other names not visible. Names like Neely. Many Memphians recognize that name. Other stones fractured like the lives that are buried here. Again, we see those taken too young. So many stories to tell in this one not forgotten, for I will say those who've been taking care, you can tell, have cared for this place. Surrounded now by homes and businesses and the busyness of traffic, the lives of those buried here still remembered
Of course, it's closed in with the wall.
just
There's
maybe
no business
in a
here.
different way.
That's where the church was not 30, 40 years ago.
There were interesting stories here. People of Germantown, people of Memphis, the blind hunter of Germantown, known and loved sportsman. Reminders that humans can be cruel, such as the commercial appeal referring to one man as the Hobbit of Germantown, and in their cruel way making fun of his death. Now, these stories don't match up with the stones. The stones that you're seeing may not match up with the stories, but they're here for you to remember, to learn about. And it's what I decided to talk about with this video is we live in a city where, in a time, and it's not new, many people that lived in the time at the beginning of this cemetery have no markers. They have no
I
stories
noticed there's
written on
another little
paper.
bench that's been taken over by
But
the
we need to ask ourselves,
bushes there.
what can we do to help tell the stories of those who've gone before? For one day, we will all be in the same place. And you see, cemeteries should not be scary or forgotten places. They should be places like this one where people care and people look back and people tell stories. And they remember the times that you cried together and that you laughed together. And even for those who aren't your family, tell their stories. Write those stories down before they're gone. And if you're ever given the chance, keep exploring.